from one ER about the other. Listen up, you're at a higher time in your life. Right now, you're listening to Avril. Let the truth be known.
In the politics area, you know, she have it.
Never had a boring moment in my life.
She's the voice of the Caribbean.
Back as I remember, I was never alone. Queen Avril is on the throne. No more feeling lonely. Avril rules the air, you know. Every day is like an Avril day.
All right, every day is like an Avril day. Exactly what it says.
Everybody, this is Ty Tribbett, and you're watching the Avril Show, keeping it fresh.
That's right, gotta keep it fresh. It is the Avril Show. I'm coming to you. No other than the Avril Show. As Ty Tribbett say, keeping it fresh. Coming at you. I just giving you a little piece of everything. It says, arise, arise, arise. And, you know, I just say, what is wrong with me again, Lord? I'm just waiting one more minute as I get myself together and bring to you no other than what I promised to bring to you tonight, and that is the Avril Show. I'm coming.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. When life comes at you, just like a storm, and you're feeling like you're working for so long, and your dreams seem to be far gone. Well, hold on, my friend, until the end. You are sure to get through this once again.
You heard what it says. Hold on. I'm going to get with you now. Empress Audrey, I miss you, girl. I miss you. Hello to Why Young. And also good evening to Janet Dixon. Like, the people are texting in. And if you don't text, then I don't know you're watching. You can watch, but it doesn't mean I'm seeing you. But if you comment, then I'm going to know, I'm going to read, and I'm going to respond. But it's not the kind of show like Facebook show that says, oh, Avril is on and Avril see you watching. No, as I tell you, if you want me to know that you're in tune with the Avril Show, you can feel free to just type on the screen and say hi, like Janet Dixon and Empress and my peoples. But if you choose not to, I still appreciate you logging on and joining and sharing the live that the biggest show in history is on, the Avril Show. I said the biggest show in history is on. Okay, so as my few people is tuned in, and forgive me if I'm using my big PhD words tonight and like is tuning and stuff like that. But when you go to college, you just got to do what you got to do. So Drina Buchanan, thank you for commenting. How are you? Laverne, even though I sit and chat you off with your people, I still love you, girl. Yeah, I chat you like crazy. Then they tell me, she's my cousin. I say, oh my God, who cares? Let's continue with the conversation and we chat you, girl. So that's how it is when I roll. I can chat about my people. But anyway, tonight we're going to go into a little something, and everybody know this is the #1 show after and before NBC and all these big stations that you all consider big. This is the biggest. So even if 5 people are listening tonight, it is the biggest show. And the reason it's the biggest show is 2025, and our petitions are being signed all over for this election. We are signing petition like we're crazy. We got to go crazy. After all that's going on, we have to go crazy. Sign your petition. Put the right people in there. You understand what I'm saying? So please don't let me down. Just sign the petition. But anyway, I'm going to go into a little something right now. And I'm going to touch on a few little things. Because when I come here, I don't come here with the long history talking anymore and all that. Come to give you a little snippet of what I have to say. You can reminisce on it. If you disagree, don't feel bad to tell me. But anyway, let me touch on something that someone gave me an argument about. We as people. And I'm going to start with, how can you compare a big island with a small island? That's #1. We sit down, we complain about everything other than us as a people, how we deal with each other, how we treat each other, how we live in here abroad. They call us in the diaspora. Here abroad, I say, because the word diaspora, sometimes I have to try to understand, even though it has a meaning. We have to understand, Avril, good night to you also. We have to understand that we come from Jamaica. We comes from Haiti. We comes from Guyana. We comes from, you hear me say, we comes from. So pay attention tonight. I'm speaking as I was taught with my PhD that I still haven't received yet. But anyway, you sit there and we as a people, if we pay attention to what's going on, we are the one destroying our own self, our own country, our own town, our own village. Okay? So our own businesses. We are the most corrupted set of people that don't recognize that we are the ones with the issues, right? So hear this now. This young lady who got on and say she will never go back to St. Kitts. A gentleman say he will never go back to Jamaica. That's Montego Bay. He had his bad experience and whatever. Whatever experience the young lady had in St. Kitts, that's her problem. Let her deal with that. I'm not focusing on that. If she come and be rude and they dealt with her way and she don't like it, fine. Okay? Boise. So hear the story now. So the gentleman put up his finger and say, Montego Bay, and he put up his finger and he went on and whatever bad experience he experienced, they didn't say. They just say they're not going back there because of the bad experience. Now, you have some people from St. Kitts. All you got to see is a post. You put up a post, somebody says something about your country, and right away, tell them don't come back to your country. They don't need to be there. Let me make sure my wig fixed right when I'm talking about people business, right? So anyway, why you all get bent out of shape because the woman says she's not coming back to St. Kitts? If she even come, then she was rude, she was dealt with. I'm not talking about that. But she have a right to express how she feel. Now, you from Jamaica, the gentleman say, Montego Bay, he's not going back, okay? You can eat food one place, one time. and it tastes so bad, I'm not going back there. And somebody encourage you and you go back, and the next time you go back, you have a time of your life, all of a sudden your vocabulary change. You want to go back there. My question to you, my people, how many of you sit down on social media and watch your own people telling people, don't come to Jamaica. I would never go back there go live. I don't want no part of Jamaica. Too much scammers. They're thief. Them need to do better in Jamaica. Healthcare is under this. And they cost Jamaica like a dog. And these are Jamaicans doing it, right? So I'm not Jamaican and I hear it now. How am I supposed to take it? In fear of going there because your own people is who talking negative about it. So Curtis Crook, if you sit down, for example, now, and the young lady says she's not going back to St. Kitts, encourage her. Tell her how beautiful it is and what she missed. And maybe she come there and act up and was dealt with and she don't like it and she not coming back and all these stuff, right? If she get the opportunity for somebody to encourage her to come back to St. Kitts, maybe she haven't seen half of St. Kitts, even though it's small. She haven't experienced the people. She haven't experienced because she come there. She say, oh, it rain a lot. I have gone to every island I've gone to. They don't need a weatherman. You wash your clothes, you put it out at 9, and by 9:15, it go from sunlight to cloud and pour rain. If that's your complaint, you haven't experienced the island. But you all need to stop. Missionary Hodge, good evening to you also. You all need to stop curse people because they talk about your country. And if they had a bad experience and they say they're not coming back, instead you all let the people see you encouraging them and telling them, let me personally give you a tour. Or pass it on to tourism. So tourism could say, okay, maybe the next time you're in Jamaica or you're in St. Kitts, and I'm calling these two names because this is where the issue was. You guys start one cussing out and you all don't know the people's story. But let me tell you guys something. Since I'm going to talk about St. Kitts and you may not like it tonight, I was in St. Kitts in February. And when I walked through the airport, Miranda, when I walked through the airport, I had to say to one of the young lady, you all need some training down here. You're rude. And she looked at me like, who am I to tell her she's rude? I say, you're very rude. Sometimes they don't have customer service, and it's not just in the islands, you know, but because I'm talking about what was done on social media and said, then I'm talking about St. Kitts and Jamaica. And I'm not knocking, you know. But I'm saying, why can't we as a people accept the fact that people have a right to speak about their bad experience? And if they say they're not come back to a country, take it and use that for the betterment of your country. Instead of that, you are gone off on social media, one piece of cussing and carrying on like everything good go on in your country. There is so perfect, it's perfection in your country. Whether it's St. Kitts they're talking about or not, and they're right, I'm going to tell them they're right. I'm not going to dismantle my country. But you as a people have to say, can you explain to us what a bad experience you have? Alicia Bratcher, if they want to curse me tonight, is fine. But just respect the fact that you yourself can relate to bad treatment, whether it's in a taxi, is in a restaurant, some kind of business, they don't know to talk to you. You go to the airport, they talk to you like because you're one of them, they could talk to you how you want, go to your luggage how you want, behave in such a way. And if anybody disagree, feel free to tell me you disagree. But I said I've experienced the bad treatment myself, where they don't have no manners. But when you do it to strangers, right, they take it worse than we who know our people. So when they lash out, we don't lash out because you know what we do? We go downstairs and we talk about, oh, them rude up there. Them not have no manners. Me can't stand them people in the bank. Me can't stand them people down there. We cuss among ourselves. Does that bring a change? Does that help these people to understand how people feel and to teach them that you got to do better? And maybe if you call them out, management or somebody will see it and say, I'm not having this. But you guys sit down and act because somebody tell you about your bad behavior, your disrespectfulness, that the world is over. One person can't stop your country from flowing. But yes, one bad mouth could destroy it. Because if that person go on there like I'm doing now and start putting all kind of propaganda, oh, there you hear the big words I'm using, right? So, and they put out all kind of negative. Some will believe and some will just say, okay, here we go again. It's social media. This is what it's all about. That's why it's called social. We're socializing and it's media. But what kind of media it is, Katian? That's what we got to talk about. You got to know who you're listening to. Colleen Harris Jeffers, you are someone that I sure have to have some kind of bad experience in your country, St. Kitts Nevis, where you could say, customer service were bad. They don't know how to talk to you. So if the young lady had a bad experience and she talk about it, you all waste time on social media cussing this woman who will never probably see it, don't care what you all saying, and probably don't even know your site to come follow the nonsense. But we put things up that gravitate to get traction, right? And when we put it up, we want to see how much people going to feedback, how much people, and it make you look good. If you so don't like what the person say about your country, I would have don't even bother post it on my page. I not promote people negative on my page. But if somebody feel like putting it to hear and let people hear what people are saying, that video wasn't worth it. Because you see, when you come on and you tell me what was done and why you're not coming back to Jamaica or St. Kitts, and you give us a good reason, I could say, well, I understand that. But I am literally sitting here to say, don't act like you all don't understand that many of us go to our very own country. Good evening to you, Elvis George. And we have bad experience with our people. Whether it's in the airport, the taxi, the police, the restaurant, the supermarket, you have to have some kind of bad experience where you come out today and you want to read them the constitutional rights, but you don't say nothing. You never go and ask for the manager. You never see the supervisor. You never say nothing to nobody. And that person continue to do it year after year. And if you was to get 50 people that went in there, they tell you, I saw the person rude. She have no manners. Management probably don't even know. We waste our time on social media promoting foolishness, sometimes I call it, because the person who did that is not following you, is not following your people, may not even hear your cursing and all the disrespect you disrespecting them. Why waste time? But if you come to the Avril show talking about something, you're not going to promote it because it's just Avril. She's one of us. We're accustomed to her. We're accustomed to her talk. But people, we need to wake up. Another thing I'm going to talk about. I'm going to knock it right here now. We have a problem that someone said to me, well, you know, Jamaica bigger than St. Kitts, you know, and they start to go on with the stupidness on Facebook, right? Me not care how big your country is. I care about how good your country is. You understand? Because let me tell you something. I go to St. Kitts many times and I'm talking to people. And when I think they're Kittitian or Nevisian, they say to me, I'm from Jamaica. Okay? We have a very big artist in St. Kitts Nevis right now. And everybody knows he wasn't raised in Jamaica, left Jamaica as a child, raised up in St. Kitts, right? And making it big now and win Grammy and win this and win that. And he give love and respect to the island of St. Kitts and Nevis. Where he will raise, groom, parents live. Do you know what Jamaican live in St. Kitts? And doing well? And we sit down comparing and criticizing and downgrading each other. For what? When we're supposed to be working together and loving on each other. And next thing, before me get off of here and take off my wig and go to my bed, I'm going to say something right now. Here another thing. What I'm talking about tonight is provoking me. Because that is why you see people like Donald Trump in office, and we take it for granted that he couldn't go in there and he's in there. That is what happened to us as a people. We waste too much time. Ron Apache, good evening to you, sir. And good evening, Brian Stevenson in Canada. My friend, good evening to you. Okay? We waste so much time to compare who island small, who island big, who island better. We are separated by water. Water. And if you move the water, we become one Caribbean, one set of people living on one big Caribbean island. And we don't realize that. We are living in the same, just a little boat away, you know. But we're busy fighting who better, who got this. And if you go to your island, all are we crying. If you go to the island and you say, why you call Jamaica name so? I said, I'm calling it based on what was put on social media. So I'm talking about those two islands, but I'm talking about all of us as Caribbean West Indian people. We just busy comparing everybody who is better and who is best. Jamaica bigger than St. Kitts, Jamaica bigger than Antigua, Jamaica bigger than that, Haiti bigger than many other islands. But because Haiti might be in a little more poverty level, we tend not to talk much about Haiti. But try go Brooklyn on Labor Day and you'll see how much Haitian is in this country. Janice Martin, good evening to you, my friend. You know, I'm trying to look nice. It's the wig. So, as I say, if we learn to start to visit our neighboring islands, you know, we will have a different way of thinking and a different way of looking at life and people. But we come from our country, land in a New York City, and somehow we never go nowhere but back to our country. And if you talk to certain people from certain island, have you ever been here? Have you ever been here? No, you know, me never visited. Then how you knock a country you never visit? One thing I give to Jamaica, in New York or any state, you will not find a lot of small island restaurant. You will not find a lot of small island restaurant. No, we might have a little breadstone with little patty and pastry shops and stuff, but you're not going to find a lot of West Indian restaurants, say St. Kitts. But we do our little cooking and stuff, and everybody's selling their food and they do it differently. But since I come in this country, every time you turn around, you will see a restaurant open and everyone put on there, Jamaican restaurant. Me say sometimes they're not even from Jamaica, you know. But they use the word Jamaican, West Indian, American because, yeah, it's good. We have to attract everybody and it's a good thing. But if you go into the banks, you go into Ridgewood Savings Bank, you're not going to walk in and get the help from a Kittitian or a Jamaican. And I could tell you, you're going to get it from an Antiguan. And you might get it from an American. And yes, you're going to get it from Jamaicans working in there too. But I'm saying to you, we all working together under one roof. We all doing things together. You sit down, you talk about my food better than your food, and we food tastes better. What food tastes better? I'm coming down to tell you guys, if you all want to love me, you have to first, as Ron Apache say, travel the world. And if you can't travel the world, travel the islands of the friends you have. When was the last time some of you get up and say, I have so much friend from St. Kitts, I would like to see St. Kitts. I'm going with you. Okay? Go and see St. Kitts. Experience St. Kitts, right? But you get a vacation, me going home to my country. You're going back a yard. You're going back to Jamaica. And you don't know nothing about another island. All you know them is because you live right here in New York City with them. Some of you don't even want to eat another culture food. You walk up and down. The guy say he went down south with the father. And his father, first thing he said, then I have no yam and banana down here. Daddy, you're down south. You're not going to get that in this restaurant for breakfast. No want me yam and banana. I'm accustomed to it and me have to have it. You see, when some old people set into their ways, as some of us set in our ways, don't take them nowhere. Don't take them nowhere. You want people travel with an open mind to go experience the difference. Me go at Jamaica, me see the little, what we call it back home, gold. Some people say sugar apple, right? That's what they say in Jamaica. Sugar apple. And pour me there, tell them up in Trinityville. Me have to get some of them. They say, what you want? I said, I want the sugar apple. They say, huh? I said, the sugar apple, I just pass them down the road. And I need some. You know, they turn around to go back down to help me to figure out what am I talking about. I passed the fruit. I saw it. I know the fruit. I love the fruit. But I'm there saying, oh my God, the lady have sugar apple, I need some. We turn around. One love me say, Empress. When me go back down the road, hear me to the lady, how much for your sugar apple? Hear the lady, sugar apple? I say, those. She said, oh, you're right. We have another island friend. She called it sugar apple. But in Jamaica, we call it sweet sap. Me come back up there. And Janet Dixon, you know, in Antigua, a different name, right? So Janet, hear me to the woman. What you just say? She says, sweet sap. I said, so that's the new name for me now. So me come back to New York now around me Jamaican people, them hear me. Me have to get me some sweet sap. And they look at me like, oh, you know about sweet sap? I say, yeah. But then I realize in St. Kitts, in Antigua, we carry the same fruit. It's just that we call it a different name. So people, when you travel to the small islands, don't go say, wait, you have this down here too? We are one island people. It's time we stop the foolish nonsense talking. Like you have something I don't have. You have healthcare crying out. We're crying out for healthcare in St. Kitts and Antigua and all over too. We in the same boat. We all need to fix. If I fix you and you fix me, we fix each other. But if we keep knocking down and stoning each other, where and how far as a people we gonna get? But we walking talking about the strangers that come there and criticize us. Clean up your mess so when somebody step in your house, they don't see your mess. You cannot continue to talk about your dirty laundry and your nastiness and your country and curse your politician and curse the country we know they no way and we don't here and we suffer and we struggle. Then why I want to come to a country where you are telling me every day a gunshot, every day we are struggling here. When you go to the island, you come back and you put up and you say, boy, the island nice. Me ready to go back. And people look at you like you're crazy. You understand? But you just the other day, you were knocking it. We're struggling now, my people in the islands. America is crying, but you better cry with us. Because if you think that what hit us not going to hit you, you need to wake up. Not tomorrow, but today. We all in this together. We are one island. And if the politicians could have come and take the water and move the water that separates us, all of us would have meet each other along the way in driving. Because we are no different. And I want you to get into the habit of thinking for yourself, your food no better than mine. Now, let me touch on the little food thing now. You understand? That's why you don't go to different islands because of the things they say. No, Katian, you don't need to apologize. It is the truth. It is the truth. If you follow some of the people from the certain country talk about their own country, you don't want to go there, you're scared. Something tell you go visit, but you say, me now go down there unless me go with people that me know. And it's true. I would tell you, if you're going to travel, it's good to travel with friends. Because you go there, people working, people busy, you and your friends could tour and do things together. It's more exciting, right? But I was just in St. Kitts in February, and I said, my God, when I left, I said, anybody will reach 50 and 60 years old, I'm going to talk about them and relocate to America, come have better life. What kind of better life you're going to have in America? You come start over at 60, trying to come find job in America, and I sit down and I do these kind of hard jobs up here with summer we running from. Stay at your country. If you have your house and you have a job, stay at your country. Everybody travel lately. Travel out, see the world, and go back to your country. Enjoy your sea, your salt, your water, and your good food, and plant your crop. Okay? You all only want it until you all can get it. But when you all come and experience it, some of you come and you visit, and when you hear the rent people are paying in America, me don't know why you do this. Me can't do it. Let me come back home to my country. But then you all still sit down there and say, send me a cell phone. Send me this, send me that. And you know you come here and you experience the bad life your family have. Sometimes some of you need to send something to it. What about if some of you just pack something when somebody come into America and say, take this for Avril. I know she always making a porridge. Take this nutmeg to her for me. Or take this little cinnamon and give to her. Let me flash me with them people who chat about me and text me. Okay? I'm asking you guys, we in America need stuff too. I feel good when I get a little gift. I feel good when a family or a friend take the time and say, when are you leaving? I'm leaving on Saturday. Can I give you a bread to give to Avril? Can I give you a little 2 sugar cake? Some people call it greater cake. You understand? We don't get that. Y'all take us for granted. There was a time we travel, we come back with saltfish, we come back with brown sugar, we come back with this, and we come back with that. In America, yes, we have them here. But let me tell you something. I went to the islands and you see the neighbor giving somebody a breadfruit, a sour sap. Somebody walk down the street, they got 2 papaya in their hand because I grew up in a Curtis Cook yard. All these kind of things, darling Castro. Okay? And here in America, you better go down by the place down the road next to you. Go buy the sweet sap, go buy the sugar apple, go buy the little nutmeg, go buy the cinnamon. We no grow nothing in America. Nothing up here is free. No let nobody fool you that we got life good up here. It's not true. Life hard. And if you ask me, sometimes I wish somebody could send me a bread. But me not beg you. Me fix me wig when me chat people business. Me wig must be on good. Okay? So half of you down there in the island, you all spend, and social media turn you into parrots. And social media turn you into, I don't know what kind of media you all are. And that's why I tell people, be careful. Everybody's media now. All you need is a phone with a camera. They need to go back to the days where we phone don't have cameras. And I sure mental illness will be on the rise. Because that's what keeping some of you. Last night, I late 12 o'clock in the night, I'm up doing something and I flip on to TikTok. A man on there say he winding up himself. And if you see what he wearing, I can't even wear them tongues. And he winding up himself and he bending over and he carrying on. And if you see how much followers and people there, oh my God. And they carrying on like they exciting him like he's doing such a great thing. These are the things we live for today. People, you see when Google done with you and Alexa, half of you gonna end up in hot water that you never experienced before. You all better take social media for what it is to socialize. But you all take it to another level. My people, wake up. We are not better than each other. Half of you talk about food. Let me touch on a little food before I go on. Half of you who cuss me like I said. Who tell you that your restaurant food better than the food me cooking in my house? Who tell you that your food is better as people come by it? And some people think, when I was growing up, I used to go up by Georgie, and Georgie give me the little food in a bowl. I don't know how she could have stretched food. So you ever grow up in the island where everybody house you go to have a little food to give you? You don't know how much chicken back they put into the rice, but you got relish, you got rice, and your belly full when you leave. Sometimes I used to go visit everybody I can. In one day, I eat out of 6 people different house. And so we eat them family back home. Here, if you don't watch it, They see you coming and they put the food. The man had put the food under the bed. And when he put the food under the bed, the pot was too hot, so it burned up his rug because somebody was coming to the house and he didn't want to share his food. Philbert, you're right. People love negative. That's what attract. My show don't attract half of what me see. Some people attract out there. And as I said, I'm not posting nothing on my page because somebody says something negative about my country. I'm going to post it because I want to drive the people mad now. So I want to hear they respond. And I'm not doing it. I don't have no time for that. If I am going to post something about my country, I'm going to post my experience. How somebody else view my country, that's on them. But if I see it and I know they're right, I am going to speak on it. But I'm not going to share the video, not on my page. My page, I don't have enough space on my page. Because right now, as of, I think in June, Facebook going to start deleting every live content after 30 days. They're going to delete it. So changes are coming. Nothing is free that is good, and nothing is free that we think is free is free. They control you with freeness. So anyway, as I go along, I go to a restaurant the other day. Let me fix my wig when me chat people business. I said, when I come out of there, I'm sure if I had gone to the doctor, they would have said, your sugar level is up. And I'm sure if I had gone to the doctor, they might have said, your pressure is up. Carmen Williams, good evening to you also. You all go around talking about who food better. If you go Antigua, go experience the food. If you go St. Kitts, go and experience the food. You experience Jamaica food in America every corner you go to. Because everywhere you turn, you see Jamaican restaurant. And people think, oh, we got the most restaurant. Who cares? I don't care how much restaurant pan the corner. I know every restaurant food may eat, because some people just open it. It's just a business for them. It's just a money-making thing. And if you taste the food, next week, the cardiologist will give you appointment to come back. Now, everybody food you could eat. Because some of you will say you all cook. Let me tell you what make you all food look like you think it tastes good. It's full of sugar, and it's full of browning, and it's full of pepper. If you don't watch it, some of you put some pepper in there that when you bite down, you think a vegetable and a whole pepper you a bite. You're going to learn to cook. Otherwise, don't come tell me about who food is good and who food is not good. Let me tell you about good food. Good food is when you put some scallion, some pepper, some thyme, some everything on it. And when you don't put a little this and rub that up and put it in that oven and it come out. When you smell the aroma, you say, this food is good. I don't buy browning in my house. I don't use browning. And my food is brown. And I can tell you how I brown my food. Me never grew up in the island and see me grandmother. I use a whole one load of browning to talk about browning in a food. Me not grow up like that. So we say, well, change is good. But not everything you like, I like. So you can't tell me what good for you is good for me. What tastes good for you tastes good for me. Me say some people food is why we are diabetic. And why we have hypertension. Okay? If a cook can't eat him food, me not eating him restaurant. Some of you go to restaurant where not even the owner know the food salt, not even the owner know the food this and the food that. You all come out of them and I go back in there. Food in there is to this and it to that and it to kill you and it this and that. And I bet you half of you do not give the customer service or put that up to say, we want to get your feedback. You don't want to hear it because somebody knock your food and tell you it's food too salt, or the food full of browning, or the food have too much curry, the food have you get an attitude. So you know what the people do? They just not come back. So this thing about see something, say something, and freedom of speech is foolish talking. The minute you open your mouth and say something, somebody cuss you. So you go into another person place, and you from St. Kitts, and you go in and say, me not like this food here. These Jamaican cook with too much browning. Your words are powerful. It's not these Jamaican. This They single out somebody. So if you say this restaurant cook with too much, is different. Every Jamaican don't cook with a lot of browning. But for Kittitian people, I don't know if a bad habit are you pick up lately, but this load of sugar and this load of this and this load of that need to stop. It's unnecessary in cooking. If you want to talk about your health, cut back on the load of sugar, cut back on the load of browning. It better you use molasses. I rather use molasses to brown than use that browning where some of you don't even know what they put in the browning and where it come from. So when you come tell me about good food and who food tastes best, your best food is what you cook in your house. And if you eat out, just know who you're eating from. Okay? Because some of these people who cook your food is a business, is a hustle. They don't care. And if you tell them it not taste good, you know what they tell you? You don't have to come back. You don't have to come back in my place. Instead, they take it and say, what happened? Well, you know, it was a little too salt, and it's the second time I come back and the soup is too salt. Go and talk to the chef. Go and talk to the chef and make a difference. So those two people, instead of losing them, they come back. You all don't want to hear it. Our people don't like constructive criticism. And that is why you all become failures to your own self. We don't pull down each other. You understand? So I come here tonight to tell you guys, we as a people need to stop going around and comparing who island is best, and who is better. Me no know where you all get that from. Because if I go to every one of our country, the people there can tell you the suffering. The people there can tell you the change they need. Your change no different from mine. We all supposed to learn each other culture. If I have clothes, man, you remember the time when Christmas come, let me fix me wig when me chat people business. You remember the time people used to be so glad when somebody sent some clothes home to the church or someplace to give out, and you can't wait for people to send clothes from America again. Them are good clothes. You know, sometimes people have clothes here they never wore. People have clothes here just too small, or they buy it and it's just too big and they want to send it to them. And let me tell you something, Brenda. Some of them home in the islands now, literally on social media, nobody saying, "Are you all closed down here? We don't want it. We could do better. We shop on, what you call it, Timu. Everybody wear Timu clothes. And by the time you wash some of Timu clothes 2 times, it probably wash out because I never see some price so cheap yet. I don't shop on Timu. Can you see what I'm wearing here tonight? You probably can't see it. You know, something I make with just a piece of cloth. And I just do something, and if you see it, I'm going to take a picture. It's fancy. You understand? I learning to create. I don't want to wear a suit because me and you have on the same pants and shirt. If I buy a suit, I wear the shirt with something else, pants with something else. Me don't want to dress like everybody. Me and you're not supposed to look like Timu sisters. You understand what I'm saying? But you're all going around criticizing people in America. Me tell you, stop sending barrel home to some of them just for a month or 2. Or when Christmas come, don't send no barrel. I bet you they sit down home and miss the barrel they normally get. You know how much people here in America struggle and I make sacrifice sending stuff home to the country because they know it's hard. And when you hear the people in my cuss we in America, you say, me go take my money and send down there, and they down there talk about we like we in America, and we up here struggle. And then you see when winter come, some of them up here I make video in the fancy boots and name brand jacket and name brand hat just to look good on social media. Oh, this is what me got you 2 jobs. I may have to walk through snow and this and that. Who cares? We know that's what we have to do. Some of you live here 10, 20 years and are you still a complain? Tell the people them home who you all send them the iPhone 24 and I still got iPhone 14. But I gonna send home an iPhone 24 to impress people home, and I up here with the iPhone 14, still not up to date yet. You go home to the island, you go down and your sneakers and your shoes have on the tag. Cause you want to go down in everything brand new. The people them home got what you have, they have the same wig that I have on. They have it too. And maybe better. Because maybe mine is synthetic. The people them who are wear real here. We can't afford it in America. So you need to stop the foolishness, and island people live good, support one another. If they have an event, who having the event? Or is what you call there's a is some people from Chilani. Oh, it's a Jamaican thing, yeah. Oh, okay, then for me it's a Jamaican thing. Who having this? Oh, it's an Antigua event. Oh, probably go here. Calypso and soca music. It's an Antigua thing. Oh, okay, me now go over this Antigua thing. But you know, come experience it. You don't come see what it's like. You don't come see if it's something you like, Lynette Brunner, right? I'm doing good, girl. Here I'm just doing what I grew up doing, chatting off my mouth, right? You ain't go because it's a St. Kitts thing. It's an Antigua thing. Oh yeah, it's a small island thing, so you can't support it. But if you go to a Jamaican reggae artist with Barry Hammond, Barry saying sold out because of just Jamaican alone. Barry sold out, but you know what they're going to say? That's why they are the small island people. Them love with music, love with culture. Well, when they have the parkway and when they have party and when you all have carnival, now the same calypso and soca music you wind up by yourself too. What's sweeter than some soca and calypso when you really hit the road? You can't take reggae music on the road during carnival, people. So there's a time and place for everything, and we have to embrace each other culture, love on each other, and you will be surprised to know Lorraine Sanders. You will be surprised to know how far we can go. We not support one another. We beat down each other, knock down each other. Even the little island I come from, that big, like me wig size, right? You have some people over here, some people over here, some people up there, and they are separated. Me now go to it. It's a can thing. Oh, me now go to it. It's an old road thing. Well, if all of us support one another, you know, we're helping to build our country. Y'all don't think about that. Because if the people that is doing it is turning around, helping some little area of your life in your country, do you know what it's doing for your economy and your country that maybe some of the politicians not doing or ain't get around to doing? No, we don't think about these things. We are too separated as a people. And the few people that watch me and those who think, well, they're going to sneak on to watch me tomorrow when I turn off, it's fine with me, because let me tell you all something. You're not breaking me. You're not making me. I live in New York City. I already make my name, make my game, and make my fame. I don't need fame. I'm not looking to build fame. I don't need it. How you doing, cousin? Jamin Liebert, how you doing? Love you too. I'm not looking for fame. I born famous. When you born, where everybody remember you from the school you went to because you were so bad, you get trouble, you tired get beaten, you tired get out of class, I don't make my fame. So if fame is being recognized and known, I don't make my fame. The only fame on earth some of us need to try to make is peace with God. Because after this, there's only one way up, and that's with God. So me no want no fame. You all can't make me famous. But you know what sweet me? Is some of you we don't support me, but you all know to ring me phone when you need something done. You feel me call you know because I know you'll be able to tell me this. But right now I'm signing petition. How much are you signing the petition for my elected official that I'm trying to put in office? Half of you, me not sign nothing for them politicians. Me not do this, me not do that. Let a tornado storm come tomorrow. We go back to 2020. And we need gloves and masks, and we're going through what we're going through. We're going to say, well, the politician them now do nothing, and the politician them. But when it's time to put the real politicians them in office, where are you to sign the petitions and say, Avril, I got you? Well, if you haven't done it, you better do it. Otherwise, we're going to put the wrong people again in. And you are going to make me come on with extra wigs. And I'm asking you, do not encourage me to think that I look good and dress up in my wig and come on here and run off my mouth. I'm asking you to do the right thing. So we as a people could strive. When hurricane and storm hit our island, trust me, the last time hurricane or whatever hit the Virgin Islands, it was Senator Jamal Bailey who helped me pack barrels and send down there. So when you all have storms and we come together and we're running into the business, them and the politicians, and we're trying to help our brother and sisterly island, because every one of we have somebody from home. They help us. But you all don't want to vote and you all don't want to sign petitions. But when problem come, you all are asking, where is the politician them? Well, let me tell you something. Do not support me. And it's fine. Because it's one thing I know. Behind closed doors, I'm doing a lot for my community. And I don't need nobody to tell me thank you. You know, when I smile is when I see my elected officials, them doing what they have to do. And I can stand with them and help them. So Queen Energy, I'm going to tell you, sweetheart, keep doing what you do in Paulette Straw. Keep doing what you do in Naba Silk. And if you missed the beginning of this show, you could watch it from the beginning so nobody could tell you what I say. You heard what I say for myself. I start this show at 9 p.m., no later than that. So by the time you come on 9:20, I don't shut off half of my mouth and I can't repeat it, but you can watch it again. And feel free to share it so somebody else can hear it. Not that you're making me famous, not that you're making me bigger. You understand what I'm saying? You are just telling me you like something. Well, what's wrong with you? Say, share it and say, here what Mouta Wasi was talking about. Is a Jamaican. Carl B, give me that name. Every time I get on the show, he call me Mouta Wasi. I don't know why it mean in Jamaica, if it means somebody with chat a lot, but Jamaican people, them very out of place. Sometimes they give me some names and some sweet names, but that's why they put them in their place. And when they want to get feisty with me, I put them in check. They call me all kind of name too. So I'm going to call them what I have to tell you. But I'm going to say this again before I go. Jamaican food is not better than Antigua food, St. Kitts food, Trinidad food, no other food. We all do things differently. And we all have to learn to appreciate each other culture, each other food, each other drink, experience it. Because no man is an island. The restaurant that we open here is not surviving because it's your own people coming in there, come buy your food. People from every island buy different food. You understand? I even eat African food. So when you sit down and talk, if you all understand how business grow in this country, you all won't waste time knocking another man's country. Come experience some of the different islands that you've never been to, and then you will be able to love, get along, and support much more better. But you're all too one-sided. Oh, where you from? Antigua. You ever been to St. Kitts? No, we never been to Antigua yet either, but I can't wait to go. But anyway, you ever been to Jamaica? No, me dear, me not go down, let me hear. For the things me hear, who they hear it from? The own Jamaican people. But let a petition open them out and say, me not go to Jamaica because too much killing down there. Why you know about Jamaica? Nobody come open up your mouth on Jamaica before me not trace you. Why you know about me country? Not talk them hearing it from your own people. They're repeating what they heard. So will you cuss them? But when the people them from your country come on and cuss out your country, you all pant up there say, true. It's true. Let somebody else say you all feel like y'all want to cuss people. Come cuss me. Let me tell you about yourself. May I repeat what you say about your country. And if you call me country small island, we don't get upset. You understand? We don't get upset, you know, because we know we are a smaller island than many other islands. So we accept we're a small island. But all me say, you come to St. Kitts, Jamaican live there. You go to Antigua, Jamaican live there. Me don't know how much Kittitian live in a Jamaica. I can't tell you. You will have to tell me. But I know I experience how much Jamaicans living in St. Kitts and Nevis. So I can talk about it. You understand? The food are the same. We cook it differently. I went down to cover the music festival. Sorry, if you're watching, you might get upset that I'm talking about it. But a Jamaican was there and he opened his mouth. Man, Why you call this? Johnny Cape. Johnny Cape? Nah, man. It's not Johnny Cape. I think a fried dumpling, that fried dumpling we call it. And the one person will answer him, Pat Dawson, he didn't know the man was Jamaican. But the guy live in St. Kitts. And the guy say, yo, who are you to come to St. Kitts and tell a man how they're supposed to cook what they cook? You either eat the thing or shut up. And they start to argue. And I smile because now he didn't know it was a Jamaican talking to him. You know. The man say, yo, we call it fried dumpling and we call festival something different. They call it Johnny Cake is something different. Experience it so you can know what they're talking about. Run off him out. No, man, no, so we make it. No, so you make it, but it's not the same thing. It done with the same flour and it done the same way. But everybody called thing. I grew up and I used to hear the word. My grandmother take dumpling where she cooked today, put it in the fridge, fry it tomorrow. And when me say, what we eating? You're going to eat some of this fried dumpling. I come to America, Jamaicans call fried dumpling something completely different. It's just different culture. Learn to experience it. Learn to love another culture other than your own. Learn to eat another food other than your own and see what the people talking about. The minute you say, me cook my porridge and me put this in here, me never hear about that before. No, me can't eat that. That not sound good. In Jamaica, we don't put that in that. In a St. Kitts, we don't put this in that. Experience it now. Say, give me some, let me taste it and see what it tastes like. You're ready to lick it down and knock it down and cast it out and rebuke it because you don't do it like that. People, stop waste time competing, comparing, and tearing down one another. Learn to lift each other up. Learn to live as one, as if they take the water that separates us, move it, and we all living in one paradise. And you would see how beautiful this world can be, that it will be all about us and no one else. But we are too separated, too divided, and we are not conquering because we're wasting precious time comparing and casting down. And that's what I had to come and talk about tonight. And before I leave, just like Janet Dixon, sorry to call your name, but I wasn't going to call out your whole name, but it come out. So Janet Dixon get bun, right? So if Janet Dixon get bun, you hear One Island, you know, hear Janet man, I give a bun. You know, hear Pat Dawson man, I give a horn. You know, hear Paulette Stram man, I cheat panna. And you hear the other person, what you mean by hand? What you mean she get hand? Different conversation. We talk in the same language. So if the man cheat on you, somebody say, I hear you getting hand. You somebody else cheat. You see him cheating, you know? I hear you get bun. And then hear Janet now say, she getting knuckle. So somebody hear the words are the same thing we're saying about the cheating man. How we cheat panny woman them. And everybody saying it differently. So Philbert, you get bun. Miranda, you get horn. Carmen Williams get knuckle. You understand? So we must understand we're saying the same thing differently, same meaning. The man giving you horn, the man cheating on you, the man giving you knuckle, the man giving you bun. Different island, different talk, same conversation. People, live as one, love each other, and learn to lift each other up. Because in the name of Jesus, the fall that some of us get sometimes, we can't handle it. We cannot handle the fall. But one thing we could appreciate is the lifting up when somebody is lifting us up. Love your neighbor. And your neighbor don't have to be the person who live next door to you, because some of you don't even know who live next to you. You don't know the name, you don't know the children, and you don't know if they're sick or they're hungry. So love your neighbor and love your family. And when I say love your family, I'm going to sneak in this piece. Your family don't have to be blood. It has to be the people like Jamin who come on and say, I love you, cuz. Those are your family. Because some family do not embrace you. My people, I love you. And remember, don't take this election lightly. Sign your petition, and in November, we're going out to vote. God love you, and so do I. This is Avril, the #1 show around the nation. I'm out. Spread the love.